Welcome to Made for Mondays, the source for digging a little deeper into the Believers Church Sunday messages and finding ways to apply them to our daily lives. Together, let's take a deeper look and find a way to bring Mondays back to life.
Hey everybody, welcome to the pod. My name is Heather, and who's joining me today?
Hello, Heather. Tyler. Glad to be back.
Hey, it's Tyler Brown. Adrienne's here.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Joe's here.
Woo!
Pumped to be here. It's Monday.
Full of the Christmas.
All right.
Yes.
Got that out of the way.
Yes.
We got it out of the way?
Yeah.
Our resident elf.
Now he's putting
Our resident elf.
Now he's going to pout.
Full
in
force.
his
No,
chair.
my people were helping me out before we got on air. Y'all are bringing the joy back.
Good.
By taking
Little by
light
little.
swings
Little by little.
at your expense. You poor cowboy.
Joey,
Yep.
what a game we had last night. Do you want to talk about
Yeah,
it?
what a game y'all had last night.
Right?
Yeah, that's how it happens.
Corey.
Jingle bells.
Holy rack.
Corey, our producer, is trying to
covered in twinkle
jingle.
bells. Oops. And
These Cowboy fans, man.
I know, Cowboy fans, what a rocket.
They're looking for a win
Goodness
some way.
gracious. This
Yeah.
is Corey.
Just need some attention, you know?
True.
These
You know,
Cowboys.
you know,
Official day.
me coming in not put together, that's normal. Corey,
He's nervous. You know why he's nervous?
Corey's always put together. I don't know what's going on.
He's nervous because he's on the payroll. Everyone, Corey Ivy is the newest addition to the
To
Believers.
the Believers staff.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Second day.
Yes.
That does bring me joy.
When did
I
Brings all
love
of us
that.
joy.
What is
Yes.
It's a Christmas
Corey's
surprise just
official
for you, Tyler.
first day as our
Creative media manager.
yes.
Whoa.
And he started in his official capacity yesterday.
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 Woohoo!
Look at
Welcome,
that.
Corey.
What in the world?
And we even brought him on as a Cowboy fan.
Yeah.
I thought
Cackling.
I hope that made it over here on the mic.
Anyway,
Welcome,
that should
Corey.
at least be
to
the
the
standard.
Welcome to
These
this
teams are
mess.
welcome.
you're doing great.
Anyway.
That should be the standard. These teams are welcome.
That should be. We already got one. That's
All
Right.
teams are welcome.
All teams are welcome here. Yeah. Joe, you were so upset about this loss that you're refusing to participate in staff gaming today.
Yeah.
What?
our resident elf, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You came
That
up
does-
with these
He was the elf on stage yesterday.
Yeah, I did.
You were the one that's like, all of December, staff's playing games, we're having staff cheer.
important for morale.
It's important for morale. This is the thing we need to do.
Culture.
And now, because the Cowboys lost last night, you're crossing your arms and
love that so
stomping your
much.
feet and refusing to play.
It's a weird way to kick me when I'm down, guys.
Feels correct. No response. He
I
is
got
hurting.
nothing.
He is hurting.
I don't have much
Let's
anything.
give him a break. Let's give him
I
a
don't
break.
much anything. Tyler's trying to help me.
I try to remember. Okay. Oh, I actually did. I pulled it up because we went to 4028 Woodland Drive
Yes.
on Saturday. The Christmas lights.
Yes. Have
I
you
mean,
not done it before?
No. It was wild. So
Oh, is it
my
somebody's house?
full yes,
Woodland one.
just in a
Oh,
neighborhood.
in
Yeah.
Dock Landing?
Yeah, right over there. It was incredible. But my full Grinch was out
Oh,
because
no.
we had gone to what's that place right over on where Redwood is, the apartment complex,
Oh,
the little brewery
Bridgeport?
pizza spot right there.
Bridgeport.
Yes, yeah. We were over in there, had some pizza, hang out, and Karina knew that to get me, you can't, if you're gonna get me out of the house, you can't say, Tyler, we're gonna go see Christmas lights. You gotta say, Tyler, we're gonna go get pizza, we're gonna hang out, some other stuff. And then she said, well, one thing I want to do before we go
since we're
home,
out.
since we're out.
She's
So
smart.
we go, she's smart, she's so
The
smart.
only way to do it.
So we go over there, and I'm just, because it's a neighborhood, so the roads are narrow, and there are cars
everywhere.
everywhere.
Bumper
Yeah,
to
it's-
bumper.
And so I see
It's
the
madness
lights,
out there.
and I'm just like, I'm full Grinch mode. I would, if I lived over here, I would be so mad.
Imagine being
I
the
was just-
neighbors.
Yeah, all this stuff. But it was great. It was fantastic.
Was
Lights
it
were amazing.
synchronized to music?
I don't think so.
There's parts of it that are. It's
Yeah.
like
It's a whole thing. It is-
It's a house. It's this family. They've been doing it for years
Oh,
and
it's
years.
just one house in
Yes.
the neighborhood.
They
Okay.
Yes.
invite
Yeah.
you into,
But you walk
into their
through their
garage.
whole-
They have
Yeah.
a train set
Yeah.
up, right?
Oh yeah, all that kind of stuff.
So you park
Santa
your car,
was
you get
there.
out, you walk around.
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay. I've done some of these driving through the neighborhoods
No.
commit to the whole neighborhood doing.
Oh no.
And you drive teeny
Yeah.
slow.
There's one
even-
house.
yeah.
Get out, walk around.
It's usually
you
some
know.
kind of a food drive at the end of it or something. That sounds amazing.
Yeah,
So.
it was great. It was great. I almost told Santa, "You still owe me a Goku," but I didn't do that. So that's all good. It's all
Did you
good.
ever get one?
Kelly Rutherford. The first year I told that story, she went out and bought me one. She bought me an action figure. Yeah.
You didn't bring it to work. Is that because it is precious to you?
It's
and
precious
it
to me.
is
Yeah, the collectible
in-
box.
I got a
it's in
collectible
the
box. It's
safety
at the house.
deposit?
It is. It is.
I
Still in the
said,
box.
I said yesterday, telling that story, I heard, "Aw," in the auditorium. I was
Yeah,
like,
the
somebody's going to
ladies
bring
were
this man
sad.
a
Probably.
Goku.
Your whole
Yeah.
office will be
Right.
dedicated to that figurine someday.
So
good.
funny.
Was that the highlight of your weekend?
It was.
You
It
also
really
did,
was. Christmas lights.
I saw a picture you did Nonicus, right?
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Saturday?
Saturday.
That's
Or was that,
crazy lights.
or was that the drive?
That was a drive.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
That was it. Yeah, yeah. So that was great.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ad, what'd you do?
Very nice. Oh my gosh. I did so many friend holiday things. Time with friends. We went down to the boardwalk and did the similar to the house lights but on stands and stuff. Have you
The
what's it
boardwalk?
called?
It's the boardwalk drive.
Oh, you drive?
Yeah, you drive on the boardwalk.
Displays of elaborate arch lights and intricate engineering to get these things erected.
Yeah.
Kids playing out there in the dark.
Yeah,
Got
on
some
the
questions
sand.
for
It
a
was
few parents.
right. But it was hilarious because it's put on by Bayport Credit Union, is like one of the main sponsors for this thing. And you can, like, as it starts, it tells you to like tune your radio to whatever
Oh, cool.
station so that you can, I'm sure that they're like timed to whatever music they're playing.
We had a little
Adrienne and I
trouble with
could
that.
not figure out how to turn my
wasn't
radio on.
right.
I haven't used like my radio.
Disconnected.
I just am always
yeah.
connected to whatever I'm listening to on Spotify. So I was like, I don't even know where my radio button is. I was like,
time.
radio. And then we like could not figure out how to turn a channel to a channel. I just have not done that forever.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
wild. Yeah.
So I was
That's been a
like-
long time.
And then I think mine are only programmed to do like stations that
Are on all the
are
time.
on air. So,
Oh, so you
this
move
was
it, it
like
just goes to another one.
right,
Oh,
and this was
yep.
like a station that they. I don't
wonder
even know how
long
radio
it'll take
works, but
for us to
By the time you figured it out, you're
I feel
halfway
like
through
y'all have the
that.
best
Windows.
adventures. Whenever I hear a story from y'all two,
Listen.
it is the best.
Adrienne and I can like. This is what we say, and we discovered this early on in our friendship. We can run many a thing together. Like you put the two of us in a room, and we will like get something done.
Oh, I believe, yeah.
But if it's just the two of us, like for us to do something together and like to have fun,
Tweedledee
we are
and
like
Tweedledum.
a mess.
Okay.
It
Okay.
is. It's like we're not responsible for anything. So then we're like,
Oh, let's do that. Okay, I got you.
it's
And y'all
not
aren't
good.
used to going in that mode
No,
too often. So
It's
when you do
we're
it
usually
together,
like, organizing
Yeah.
other people,
Making sure
other
I get my
things,
plane
do your
ticket.
stuff.
You know, that kind of
Right.
thing. Yeah.
Our first adventure together, well, I think it was like technically our second, but we went up to see my family in New
upstate.
Jersey in November.
Ooh.
So we didn't have our kids. We weren't responsible for like what husbands were packing and nothing. Just the two of us driving.
No
Get
winter
up
wear.
to New Jersey,
Okay. In
snowing,
November. Yep.
and we were both like, we don't have coats.
Did you bring a coat? No.
neither one of you.
No,
That's amazing.
we just left the house. No coats.
So stupid. We got lost. We were in the woods.
We were in the woods.
A guy with a rifle comes
Yeah.
out with his boots pulled up.
And we
past
were
his
like, we
knees.
were really young
What
then,
in
so
the
we were
world?
We were
both
young.
like,
We were cute.
We were thinking we were like really cute, and
we
we could
were.
just
We
talk
were.
ourselves out of
Still in
anything.
our
So I was like,
20s.
hi. So we just kind of got lost back here.
did
Do you
not
think
land.
you could like point us
We
in the
are
right
lucky to be
direction or
alive.
something? And he was like,
No.
just stone
Stone
cold.
cold.
Did not think we were cute at all. Holding his gun, and I was like, okay, sorry.
Back.
We'll just turn around and like figure out something.
So when y'all aren't in charge of something, you become Tyler and I.
Oh yeah,
that's
we are. Yeah,
That is beautiful.
Forgetting your coast. Forgetting your coast.
That is a great analogy. I got it. I totally got it. Okay.
Yeah, we did also go to Frank and Patty's, which is this burger place down at the beach.
Frank and Patty's.
And it is like idyllic. Like it's just very small. There's probably 8 tables and a bar
Beautiful.
area.
Yep.
And the menu is like you can get a smash burger like 4 different ways and 1 hot dog. Those are your choices. And then you can have fries if you want fries. That's it. No other things on the menu.
Yeah.
That's all you get. And it was choice.
Okay.
That's good.
So
huh?
delicious. Yeah. Frank
Frank
and
and
Patty's.
Patty's.
Yeah.
But it's small.
Cool people
And
hang
you're
out
going to
there.
have to wait
Yes.
a minute.
Okay.
Yes. And
Okay,
don't
so long.
park.
I almost got in a fight.
The parking attendant.
I'm glad we got to
We'll
this
save
point.
that story for another time.
Okay.
Joey, how was your weekend?
That was good. Did the Christmas stuff just like y'all. We did Friday night. We did Disney on Ice. So I told you last week on the pod that my wife has coordinated an advent calendar for the family to do fun Christmas stuff every day. So we did Disney on Ice, and my daughter, I sent you the video.
Yes.
Her dancing lately. It was first at her Christmas play on
Yeah.
Thursday here at Oak and Lily. I was like, what is this girl doing?
I want to know what you're letting that chick watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's kind of me. Like we dance at home together. Like we dance. I blame myself for this.
Describe
But
it. No. Stand up. Stand right there. And
she's
Yeah,
doing
just
Frozen.
Can we
display.
get a,
She's doing Frozen. She's doing her.
Corey, can you watch this?
Joe is.
She's just doing
Yeah, she's
this.
doing like this.
He's doing the wave.
arms. It's kind of a
Like a wave,
lyrical,
inflatable
lyrical
today.
Yeah,
dance.
she was letting it go. Whatever
Yeah.
she's going through in life, she was letting it go in that
Wow.
moment. And I was just letting her cook.
Nora
Just
doing dance
I'm not-
therapy.
dance therapy. That's
Yeah.
what it felt like. Yeah.
Okay.
But
This
on
girl's
the-
going through something, and she's
During
letting
her Oak and Lily, she
That
was
one got
like,
a little.
she was
That
like-
one got a little spicy. She did a little.
I was like,
Oh,
baby girl about to be doing some twerking up here. What is
She came close.
Oh,
I
no.
was like, what are they teaching her over there? But then I looked, none of the other kids were doing that. I was
No,
like, okay, it's
nobody,
my
just
kid.
Nora.
Somebody pulled the fire alarm.
Okay.
Yeah, but tonight they pulled the advent calendar this morning. Tonight, Tyler, that'll be me. We have pack up snacks and drinks and go look at Christmas lights all over
we go.
neighborhoods.
so fun.
It'll be fun. That's
We
a good
haven't
one.
done, I mean, Ad and I did that this weekend, but we haven't done any of the neighborhood lights yet. We need to do that.
Yeah, I think we're
drive.
going over to Sleepy Hole.
That would be a great one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Woodland Drive is great. All right, so on to our Bible reading challenge. Whew, we are working our way through
Deep.
Revelation, guys.
Yes.
How's
Yes.
it going? How are you feeling?
I'm going to talk about Psalms.
Same. It's our last opportunity.
Tyler, you got us back.
That's good. You know, it's been, I recommend it a lot. I love it so much. Streetlights. The guy who's reading Revelation
Yes.
is absolutely crushing it. I haven't heard Streetlights do it before, but it has been so good
Yeah.
for that. Also reading a book by Scott McKnight, so I can get the name,
Yes,
Revelation for the Rest,
for the
of,
rest
us,
of us. Yep.
as I'm reading along with Revelation. And it has been so much better.
Oh, yeah?
So
good.
much better to actually just read it, let your imagination flow, and not try to be like, oh, this is this country and this is that.
Right.
Just let Revelation be what it's meant to be and get the imagery and who the Lamb of God is and that he wins and all of the glory that he has. Been so much better.
That book
reading it that way.
is
It's amazing.
incredible.
So good. Please, if you don't have it, go get it.
Revelation
It is-
for the
Have
rest
one
of us.
copy at the questions bar if you'd like to look at a
Yeah.
couple of pages before you invest in your own.
Yes, well worth it, especially if you grew up like I did, where if you don't see Revelation as 100% this country, that country, you're pretty much a heretic. And it just makes you so scared and all the things that it's not meant to do. It's meant to be encouraging. And
Right.
Jesus wins and
Yes.
yeah. So anyway,
Yeah.
very
good.
It's so good. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, what did stand out to you in the Psalms?
Yes, of course. Stick with us, the light fare, the appetizer first. Psalm 145:18. The Lord is close to all who call on him. Yes, to all who call on him in truth. And I just Love the simplicity of that, and that I think this both shows God's loyalty and faithfulness to us, but that we have a responsibility in that relationship too, to seek him out. And I think it really plays into what we've been talking about on Sundays, staying close to the vine.
Yes.
Yeah. Mine was Psalm 143. We've talked about the emotions of the Psalms, like bringing everything to God. And that's tough to do sometimes. And so 143, I read it on Friday. I think Friday was the day. And it didn't hit me the same as when I wanted to go back after hearing your message yesterday and just talking about how the Christmas season is not always joyful for everybody. And so listen to this. Hear my prayer, O Lord, listen to my plea. Answer me because you are faithful and righteous. Don't put your servant on trial, for no one is innocent before you. My enemy has chased me, he has knocked me to the ground, and he forces me to live in darkness like those in the grave. I am losing all hope. I am paralyzed with fear. I remember the days of old. I ponder all your great works and think about what you have done. I lift my hands to you in prayer. I thirst for you as a parched land thirsts for rain. That was so good. That first half of that just, my enemy has chased me. He's knocked me to the ground. It's just this raw emotions, bringing them to God. And then the importance of reminding ourselves to go back and see how God has worked when you're feeling those feelings. Oh, it was good rereading that this morning.
Really good.
Yeah.
So good. All right. Well, speaking of Tyler's message, we are unpacking it. We're talking about joy, and not this tinsel-covered peppermint latte version, but the kind that Jesus promises, the kind that actually sticks around after December 25th disappears. So let's jump in. But before we get too theological, let's get real. Where do each of you fall on the Christmas spectrum this year? Elf level hype or Grinch, full-on Grinch-core?
I'm full on Grinch-core. I am.
It can't be just because of Goku.
Probably not. Probably not. I think, honestly, like going back and watching the Grinch, he was a Grinch because it was all commercialized. They're doing all this stuff and all the things, and not about family and love, all that. So I hope that is what my Grinchiness fully is. Just like, hey, let's enjoy each other's time and company. And I love Thanksgiving. Get together with all the friends and family and eat. But Christmas brings all this extra pressure with gift buying and all that stuff.
You're so good at buying gifts.
That's a story for another pod.
Yeah, that is a story.
We'll include that in the outtakes.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Adrienne,
Have you always been a Grinch? Like all your adult life?
I don't think so.
Okay, so it's just kind
It's
of
just
evolving.
kind of evolved to that later in life where I'm at
Bit
now.
of dread every year, kind of increasing.
Here it comes and all the things. So
do you think you can turn that around? Like, if that's the reason why you're feeling that way, do you think you can set a different tone?
I think we can. Yeah. If we focus less on, like if we, for example, did gifts, but you had to make it like crafts or like something super cheap, but you got to think really deeply about the person, whatever it is. Maybe something like that, and just focusing more on the time together, and we might do something to change the tide. That could bring me to not the start of the Grinch story, but the end. It's hard as 3 times bigger and all that.
There you go.
That Grinch,
Story
that'd be really cool.
I love Christmas. I love snow. I love all of the traditional.
You grew up in Alaska,
things.
so
Yes.
that,
And I was blessed with one of those stereotypical nuclear family situations. We ate dinner every night together. Many traditions leading up to Christmas night, the stockings, my mom making gingerbread, all those things. So a lot of it is nostalgic for me, and a lot of it is deeply attached to the childlike wonder that comes with that. And I'm not talking about the line at Santa in the mall. I'm not talking about I want this for Christmas and submitting lists to every person you know. I'm talking about the excitement and the and just the beauty of lights twinkling and the effort we go to carve out time to spend time together. I think like The only other time we really do that as well is when somebody dies.
Yeah.
We
I
don't
think you're
gather
right.
quite like this any other time. Maybe Thanksgiving could compete, but like it moves me to see big families together at Believers. Like I just love seeing the community aspect of that. But I can get real mad real quick if the commercial aspect of Christmas and commercials themselves get me really angry. And I'm staying off Instagram on purpose right now. And I'm going to share something with you that is controversial yet brave. I don't do gifts at all. I don't do Christmas gifts.
I like that.
5 years ago, I sent an email to everyone I love, and I said, listen, I love you. I love whatever you need to do to celebrate these things. I am no longer doing birthday gifts. I am no longer doing Christmas gifts. For all nieces and nephews, we set up a 401(c) for their college fund. And that is it. That is all we do. So I'm not thinking about shopping at all during Christmas. And I'm very happy to report that.
Okay.
That's
So
really
5 years
cool.
in, it's going well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how everybody else is feeling about it. I feel great.
I just send it via email. I love that. Urgent.
Yes.
I'm full on elf normally. Caught me at a bad moment this morning, but yeah, I'm full on elf. And I think it's same thing. Adrienne grew up in like a nuclear family unit. We had our traditions. It was fun. Love the family time. I love sitting in a living room at night. The Friday night after we got back and everything, she went to bed early. I just put on like that fake fireplace and had the Christmas lights on and did some reading. Like that's,
Isn't it wonderful?
I love it. And even the commercial, that does get a little overwhelming. Like it's a little fun at first, and as we go along December, it just gets more exhausting. I get that, I do. But my kids are at this age where starting the traditions, like we're starting a couple new ones every year. It feels like we got year 2 or 3 of cookies with friends on Christmas Eve after church, so that's fun. And now this Advent calendar, I hope she does that every year. This has been fun. So I think it's just a good age for me to be an elf.
Yeah.
Yeah, with my kiddos. So yeah,
I love it. I think Christmas is so fun, and we have a lot of like family traditions and stuff too. It's the time of year that we like even do some more of our like ancestry like the traditions and just some of our heritage things.
That's
so
cool.
that's always like just a special time for me. And I think for us, like we've always stayed pretty like low key on the gift things. That's just something that we decided early on in our family. That's why I was saying, like, do you think you can change the tide of that? Because like, I think a lot of times we start to think that we just have to like go along with what culture is doing.
That's
and
what it feels like.
We're like wrapped up into this consumerism and materialism. And what we're kind of talking about is like, how do we do that differently? And some of it, I think, is just as simple as saying like, well, we just don't do that. Like, we're not doing it that way. Like my boys, so they have birthdays. Spencer's birthday is the beginning of December, and Trey's birthday is the very beginning of January. And so even when they were very little, it was like having conversations with grandparents to say, they have birthdays. You can get them birthday gifts. Do whatever you want for their birthdays. That's their day. Celebrate them. Do those things. Christmas, we're like low key in Christmas. So we just never like really got into like an excess. That's never really been a part of like what we've done. And then now we do, like, as they've gotten older, it's like, yeah, we'll go on and we'll do an experience together.
Yeah.
But same thing, like, I am not going into this time right now, like, feeling this urgency to, like, go shop for everybody and get all these gifts and do all the things, because we're just not doing it.
No, thank you.
Yeah. But I love you. And I think it's, like, really fun.
really
like,
cool.
Adrienne is actually a really good gift giver. But she just does it like randomly. And there's something
So much
about
better that
that
way.
too. Because it's like what you were saying, like I would love to give a gift if I was like, it was really a thoughtful thing for this person. And, you know, like it was homemade or something like that. So like the Christmas gift giving has gotten to this place where, like, yeah, you're getting this big list of things, and you're like, well, I guess they want this. Check that off. Check that. Like,
Yeah,
just go to the store and get the thing. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
right. All right, Tyler. Well,
really
speaking
good.
about gifts, this might be the root of a lot of things too. So we've got a tandem situation going on here. But you told that heartbreaking Dragon Ball Z story, the childhood trauma that basically forged the inner Grinch.
Aww.
So why did you choose to start your message with that story?
Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's funny to just let people just a little insight about, a little about me and my story, my Grinchiness, and where I think it started.
Yeah.
It's funny. I told my parents last night that I shared that story. They were like, that never happened.
Oh,
I was like, y'all.
Oh yeah, I was wondering
I
about
was
that.
like, y'all, I remember vividly doing all this stuff and all, yeah. So there, I was like, oh, this happened. But yeah, I just love to, I don't know, make a little fun of the whole scene and all that, and just try to push us more towards what really matters and all the things. So
Yeah. So what do you think that does reveal about the way we chase joy?
I think we chase it as something that goes along with however we're feeling in the day. I think what we typically think about it is it's something that moves and shakes and rides the wave of culture, and it's something that always is moving around and all that kind of stuff. But really, it's not.
Yeah.
Like, even in a secular sense, joy is not that. It's something that's within, and especially from a follower of Jesus standpoint, that's really what it is. So yeah, I don't.
Or it's like dependent upon the things that we get or achieve.
Yeah.
Or
Rather than something internal.
So how do we teach our young ones that? You're in the same boat as I am, right?
Oh, wow.
Because that joy, that inner joy, it's what we learn as we grow up, right?
And like the question says too, is like we want it. It's something that we strive for, because everything else is changing and moving and different every day. But is there anything out there that's not like that? And for our kids, bro, I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess I can try to teach them that this is how I pursue joy with Jesus.
Yeah.
And let it rest there.
Yep.
Let them know that this is, even though I might cry one day, son, or I'm happy this day or anything, there's something else that is inside of me that's not moving, that's not shaking, and I can always hold on to.
Oh, that's good.
When
That's good.
hope I can teach them that. That'd be good.
Yeah. And like you're saying, joy kind of gets put into this category of an emotion that we're supposed to experience, and like experience in excess kind of this time of year. So why do you think Christmas exaggerates our expectations and our disappointments, particularly around joy?
Oof. I think, some of the movies that we watch, like, I hate to pick on Elf, but I think, Elf does have some sad parts in it too, but just, I don't know, the hype behind we should be happy, we should be joyous, even the songs we sing, everything is pushing us in that direction of be happy, be joyful, you're getting gifts, you're with family, you have good food, you see the decorations. Everything is pushing us to that, like you said, an emotion.
Yeah.
Rather than something that we make a choice and that we're holding on to in that regard. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's a cultural thing, all the things.
It's tough not to answer this question with the materialism, the consumerism of Christmas. I think we probably all have a Goku story. Mine was this pair of awesome Jordans that I wanted when I was like 9 years old. And it brings joy and disappointment here in this story, but just all like none of the inner joy that you're talking about. This is all tied to a materialistic thing, but we were out shopping, I think, for Christmas stuff, and I was just so disappointed that day, right then and there, I did not get these shoes. And then Santa brought them for me, those exact pair of shoes. So felt the disappointment, felt the joy afterwards, all around a pair of shoes, right? Yeah. So.
Yeah, I think why do you think it's that not even just joy, but like all of our emotions seem a little louder
During the season.
During this season.
It's exaggerated. The volume's turned up.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit about this last week, and we also talked about contentment. And I think contentment and joy gets like the terms are important, like joy, contentment, trust, like those three things all really go together. And so much of, I think the holiday element is just an exaggeration of what's already there. Even things like weddings, like there are sad people at weddings.
Mm-hmm.
There are people who are going through divorce at weddings. There are people whose babies are sick at weddings. And there's like a tension there to be able to celebrate and also acknowledge the reality is the celebrating is not a reality for everyone. So I think that's where the harshness comes in, because sad people don't want to draw attention to their sadness because it brings happy people down. And so what do? We isolate, we hide at home and think, I'll just wait this out while the happy people continue to be happy and not notice. So I think it's just like if you are strong, if your joy is strong right now, like when I think of my relationship with the Lord, it changes all the time. Sometimes we're very close. Sometimes we're not very close. It's always because of me, my anger or my sadness or my unwillingness to listen. It's just so I'm having trouble putting my thoughts into words. I just want to emphasize that the joy isn't really something that we do. It's something that comes as a result. It's fruit like the other parts of the fruit of the Spirit. And it's a result of us remaining close to the Lord. And we do that through prayer. We do that through worship. We do that through community. And even if your joy is low right now, I would just really encourage you to think about what you can do to be inviting somebody else into your space to work on that, because that's where it comes from. Right, Tyler Brown? Do you want to talk about the cute bracelets?
Well, we're going to talk about that in a little
while. Beg your pardon.
Not yet. But yeah, I think that's a really good way to just talk about that, the vine and being connected. And John 15 does say that the Father prunes fruitful branches so they can bear more fruit. And that bringing along, even that you're talking about, Adrienne, and Jesus calls pruning an act of care and not punishment. And I think sometimes when we think about pruning, it looks like it's like cutting something off.
Yes.
But you did such a good job of just illustrating this for us. So in real life, pruning can feel like loss, limits, and disappointment. So how do we discern loving pruning from shame-based self-punishment? And what does it look like to remain connected to Jesus when something is getting cut back?
Yeah. I think probably the biggest way that I would look at it is looking at Jesus describing the Father as a gardener, knowing that the Father loves you and wants the absolute best for you. And if he is a gardener, you take a gardener, put him on a plant that he loves and cares for, that's going to provide for his family, whatever it is, he's going to do everything that he possibly can to do the best for that plant. And when you can look at God the Father in that way, that he loves you like no one else possibly can, that when he is going to prune whatever it is that is taking you away from him, it is for your good. And he, as hard as it can seem to us, whatever loss it is, whatever we're giving up, whatever is taking us, our attention, our hearts away from him, and he's pruning that, to know that he loves us and he only wants more. He wants us to have more of him, to let him in more, to allow us to experience more of the joy and love and peace and patience he has for us.
Yeah.
It does hurt sometimes letting go of things or whatever he's cutting away, pruning. But I think starting with what Jesus says, and I think honestly that's why he starts there, is to let us know that the Father loves us. He is the gardener. He knows exactly how we work and what's best for us. And it's so funny being a dad now, Silas, even this morning, he had a rough day this morning. I'm like, buddy, I know you need to eat this food, even though you're freaking out. You don't want it. You don't, for whatever reason. But as your dad, I know, it sounds weird to say, I know what's best for you, at least in this moment. He's fighting, screaming, and kicking. I'm just looking at myself like,
oh yeah,
God, like I do that to you, God.
Yeah.
You want to prune and sharpen and help me to bear more fruit, and I fight and kick and scream.
Yeah.
But to get to the place where I trust you, to know that you have the best intentions, you want the best, and just rest in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good, Tyler. This analogy is one of my favorite in Scripture because it makes a ton of sense, right? We know this. I planted a maple tree right out front when we first moved in, and so this thing was like a little twig, and I'm watching it grow. It's pretty big now, but I was a little late on it. My neighbor who gave it to me came over like last year, I think. And this thing's getting pretty big. I wanted it to be like nice and wide, and he's like, "It's not going to work like that, man. You got to now saw off like these branches going out this way because it is. Look, you see your trunk splitting right here, like it's not getting the energy and the nutrients it needs to.
It's too heavy.
To
It's
grow.
gotta
Right, and so it makes a lot of sense to me, this analogy. But I'd never heard someone say what you said yesterday when talking about this and talking about the vine, that it is a grapevine, what grows on that grapes. And I think you said some of us act like we want to carry a grapefruit or oranges or apples, and that's not what it's meant to do.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that really stuck with me.
good.
Yeah.
Praise God for that.
Carrying that weight that we're not meant to carry, right?
Yeah. So are there some things, I mean, this might be a little bit of a vulnerable question.
Yeah.
Vulnerability is my favorite
That's
thing.
the favorite thing.
So is there an area of your life where God has pruned something and you didn't love it at the time, but now you can look back on it and see the fruit or see what he was walking you through in that?
Somebody have anything written down? I'm
got
thinking of something. Okay.
You have one?
Adrienne, you want to go?
Okay.
I got something too.
Yeah, it was a while ago. And it was the first time I was ever laid off, like furloughed. The work wasn't coming contract work with the government, and the timing is always kind of precarious. If one contract ends, another one needs to begin. So if there isn't work coming in, people have to be cut away for an indefinite amount of time. And I was one of those people, and I was mortified. I felt like I'd been fired. And my mom was visiting when it happened, and I was even more horrified to like go home after being laid off after lunch. And, you know, my face is tear stained, and my mom and I have a difficult relationship, and I'm just expecting all these questions and grilling and feeling attacked and all the things. So I was feeling very like gross about it. And I don't know if any of you have been in the job market in the last little bit, but it's not easy to find a job if you are, even when you are competitive, even when you are not demanding huge amounts of money. It's just tough out there to find a good fit. So like months went by. But at the same time, I was a high capacity volunteer in what was then Believers Kids. And I was working closely with Brittany Cook, who was leading the charge with elementary school at the time. And she was telling me that she wanted to develop a class for families to take what we were learning in Believers Kids home during the week, to apply that in a more practical way and teach them, equip families to do that. So I had the time to write a 5-day course with her and do several iterations of Believers Kids University. And it is my most proud piece of educational work that I did for 20 years. And I'm really grateful for the timing of that. Tyler, I'm dying to know, like, are you ever not sure when God is pruning a branch, or if it's just discipline, or if it's something else? Like, I feel nervous to say that was God working there when, like, we don't have all the answers yet, and the story isn't done being written. Like, I don't want to. I don't even want to limit God by saying that was him there, because I just feel like there's always going to be more things that he's doing that I haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
But that felt really good to have this terrible thing turn into a thing I was super proud to get to be a part of.
Yeah.
Yes, same here, Adrienne. Time at which I lost my job, one of the toughest seasons of my life for sure. And in that time, the pruning felt like the icing on the cake. Like it made me angry with God. Like how in this moment when things are being ripped away, I have to sell my house, I lost my job. Why are you taking my friends too? My friends can't or won't talk to me. They're not. Like now I see what true friendship, right? There's obviously that piece of it. But at the time, it felt like icing on the cake. I'm a very relational person. I need my friends. I need my circle. I need my people. And that got taken away when everything else was. And it led to a lot of feelings. And I could not see any of that then. But, that's his timing because it was right then that I got brought to Believers Church by my wife. And it created the space for the core that I even have today. And I met my Sams and Jeremys and Heathers and Jamies and the people that were here when I started coming in 2016. And it's pretty wild to think about, like, what if I didn't have that space like you were talking about? I don't know. I don't know what the friendships would have looked like, how they would have developed, how I would have developed through this circle of people that are now following Jesus the best they can and teaching me. He made space for all that by pruning, and when it first happened, it was a tough time. Yeah,
man, I appreciate y'all sharing. That's not easy. Now, for me, when I got out of seminary, I thought I was the smartest guy in the world, and I applied to some jobs. Karina was living in Omaha at the time. I wanted to get out there to be close to her, and so I applied to a couple churches. And the church that I wanted to be at told me no to the role that I wanted. And it was because they said, yeah, you got all this education, all this stuff over here, but you don't have experience working at a church of our size. I was going from my home church to this this big church, and I did not want to admit that I wasn't ready for that. And God used that season to really do some work in my heart because I was mad. Like I was like, I'd done all this education, I know all this stuff and whatever. But then when I got there, nobody cared about any of that. They don't want to know why John wrote John. Like they want to know their marriage is falling apart.
Yeah.
They want to know how to help put that together. Yeah. Their kids are out of control. They want to know. And God used that season to just help me to know that, like, people want to know how to walk with Jesus. Yes, people want to know knowledge and all that kind of stuff, but they want to know practical, everyday steps of life. How do I walk with Jesus? And that I needed that season because it showed me I wasn't all that. So I needed that so badly in that time. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I think there's, like, going back to the previous question, because how you've answered some of this, I think ties back to the previous question of how do we discern loving pruning from shame-based self-punishment. And I think, like, one of the things is that pruning, like all of these experiences that you guys just shared, is like you can see how these difficult situations that you faced, at the fruit that came from it is stuff that is not shame-based.
Yes.
It's not a punishment. It can maybe feel a little bit disappointing and frustrating and maybe even like questioning, like, I'm not able to do this thing, I'm not good enough for this. But even those feelings, like if you like peel it back, that's not something that like God wants for you to feel. There's not, like, those feelings are not, they don't align with the character of God. So God is love. God is loving. So he wants you to feel whole and have a good view of yourself. You're made in his image. So when he's doing this pruning, it's to make you look more like him It's not to make you shameful of who you are. So I think that's important to see as you get to the fruit side of it. That's where you can say, like, this was God working.
Yes.
And I don't think you need to be afraid to, like, give credit where credit is due. Like, God is working all of the time in our circumstances, and it's just that it's whether or not we acknowledge it.
Yeah.
So to acknowledge that and to say, oh yeah, God was totally working in this, and through this thing that happened, like, I don't know that God, like, caused you to be furloughed. I don't know that I would go so far as to say that. But I would say that in that circumstance, God did some pruning,
Yeah.
and he allowed, because you were, like, leaning into, okay, what am I supposed to do now? Well, I'm going to allow for God to work in this time. And this is the pruning that happened, and this is the fruit that came from it. So I think that's part of what we can do in those seasons,
Yeah,
maybe.
for sure.
For sure. And it's not always easy in the moment, no matter where you're at in your spiritual walk. It's not always easy to remember that, to have that perspective, because it feels the shame in the moment. You can feel that.
Yeah.
And so right back to Psalm 143, like I
Yeah.
said, it's okay to, in those moments, send those feelings to God, try to get that perspective, and then remember back on those seasons, remember the stories we just shared and how God worked in that when you have it going on real
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And on his journey to the cross, Jesus promised that his joy would fill us and we'd have it to overflowing. So how do we hold on to that kind of joy without forcing cheer, especially for those of us carrying grief, loneliness, financial strain, all of these other things that can be very present, that can bubble up this time of year. And so that joy that's, like, deep-seated and not this overly, like, I guess, fake,
Yeah.
kind of fake it till you make it kind of cheer.
Well, I think it starts with Jesus, of course, but I didn't talk much about this as I was like, I don't want to share a ton of studies and all go to the science, but science is so funny in how it catches up with what Jesus teaches.
Yes.
So Jesus taught us, he said, it starts with me, remain in me, and I in you. And then as you love others as I have loved you, my joy will fill you and it will overflow. When we love others well, however that looks, volunteering in your own family, trying to just care for others, whatever it is, something about that, when we take the focus off of ourselves and put it on someone else, and it creates space for this something to grow. And I think that's what Jesus is getting at. A little piece of it is that when we take our eyes off of us, put them on him and someone else, then that joy has room to grow. It has room. There's room for us to actually have it there.
Yeah.
And so,
Beautiful.
Yeah.
and
And it reminds me of what you shared, Adrienne. Yeah. That-
And it's and then studies in the science kind of really backs that up to say, when we are so inward focused, inward centered, and no one else, we don't care about anyone else, what anybody else is experiencing, going through, or trying to serve someone else. That's where the shame and the guilt, whatever it is, just weighs on us in a way that we can't get it off of ourselves.
Yeah.
When we're not looking out.
Yeah.
Can
Self
you-
is overwhelming.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about, I know you were helping out with the grief share
Oh my gosh.
during the holidays thing.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about, this isn't in the script, so I'm throwing a curveball at you, but about how we handle, I guess it's kind of in the script, how we handle walking alongside someone else that is going through carrying grief, loneliness, financial strain, these hard things, and not coming at them with the Jesus juke, the ball of cheer, and like, just being overly happy and trying to like pull them up out of things and like allowing for
Yeah.
people to, I guess the question of like, how do we practice lament with one another, and letting people be in these difficult spaces while also showing up, knowing that we can be in that space filled with joy, but not being overly like cheerful.
Yeah. There's time and place for everything. You know what's funny? Have y'all seen Inside Out?
Yeah.
There's a moment where, not to spoil the movie, the imaginary friend has that hard moment, whatever it is, with, I forget why
Joy.
it happened. And Joy came, Joy, and was trying to hype him up. Hey, it's okay. Let's keep moving. Let's go. But then sadness came.
Yes.
And everybody didn't like sadness because sadness didn't have a place, whatever. And sadness sat with an imaginary friend and just let him cry. And sorry, I'm getting emotional. That always,
it's
it
so
just
good.
gets me. It's so good.
It's such a good spot.
Because
Story about
that's something like the presence is so powerful. I've been in ministry long enough to put my foot in my mouth a ton. When people are grieving in those places, man, a lot of times the best thing to say is nothing.
Yeah.
And just to be there, let them know, hey, I'm here. I know you're going through a terrible time, and I'm just here. I don't have to say anything. I don't do anything. I'm just here.
Yep.
And I think because we want to bring joy, we want people to smile and be happy and all that, but sometimes they just need to cry. They need to have a space to do that, as I am right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think to not bring too much hype, to not bring whatever it is, just say, hey, I'm here. So yeah,
no
for
fixing.
me, that's
So
not
good.
gonna fix whatever. I'm just gonna be here.
Yep.
God sighting. Yesterday, during second service, I was on the bridge and noticed a man sitting in one of the seats on the floor. And it was during worship. And worship time can be very responsive for people. But I noticed that he sat down. I noticed that slowly he was putting his head in his hands. And I was thinking, okay, I'm going to give it another moment. And I guess I'm going to go over there and sit down by him. Annette Buttery turned around, was sitting right in front of this guy, and saw him with the mom eyes in the back of her head, hopped out of her seat and just sat with him. And that's happening every day because of what we're learning at Believers and what you're doing during your quiet time. I'm so proud of it.
Yeah.
It's such a blessing to be able to do that, and that we don't have to do anything but
Yeah.
be.
Just be with
those
somebody
moments.
else. Yeah.
And with that surviving the holidays, it was just so impactful to, the prompts were there. There was such practicality about, hey, make sure you have a plan for the holidays, like all that kind of stuff, especially if it's raw. But there was people who had there that did not share anything the whole time. And we made sure they knew, we are so glad you're here. Yeah. Even though you're just not there to be able to talk about it, just the fact that you're here. And we're not going to try to hype you up or do anything. We just want to be here with you. And that was it. And I talked to one of the people that didn't say anything. They couldn't even get any words out. They were just so happy just to have people that they could just sit with.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So
It
great.
was awesome. So good.
Yeah. Well, Tyler, you did bring up the JOY acronym.
Yes.
Jesus, others, you, and our JOY wristbands. Everybody show. We have our JOY wristbands. Woohoo! And so these are helpful reminders, but how do we keep it from becoming a slogan? Like, what would Jesus do? Joy, Jesus, others, you. So what does it actually look like to make Jesus first in a normal week?
Well, I can talk about my favorite thing, the pause app.
Yay!
That's one of the things. And that is just a tool, but to create space in your day every single day, if it's 30 seconds, if it's a minute, whatever it is, to spend time with Jesus, I think that's where it has to start. Because without that, you're not connected to the vine. And we just deplete after that. A vine that's severed from the branch, a branch that's severed from the vine just dies. It cannot produce fruit, can't do anything. So starting with Jesus, I think, just helps it to not become a slogan, although that does help, just as a reminder. But the reality of the relationship that you have with him, when you spend time with him, like we're spending time together now, or you spend time with any other relationship, that's what it can be like with Jesus. However that is for you, however that works for you, to start there, I think helps it become a reality. And that it's like Adrienne gave you some great coaching yesterday of just like let people experience that, let them sit with it. Don't rush through that. Let it, whatever it is for the person in the moment, just let that be what it is. Because I have a habit of wanting to be structured and regimented, and that's not how relationships work.
Yeah.
It just isn't that way.
Yeah.
So yeah, I appreciate that.
Hey,
That
you're
was
welcome.
good.
You did a great job yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Listening to
Yeah.
you
No,
teach.
it was good. But yeah,
How do you guys think we can love others sacrificially without neglecting healthy limits?
That is a good question.
Great question.
Any responses?
I don't know. I've been told I have boundary issues.
Okay. You want me to tell
Something
you
else
what?
we need to
Lauren's helping me do it.
I am a firm believer in using time in those situations. If somebody approaches you and wants to talk about a thing, set some guardrails around your time right then. I would love to talk with you. I have until this time. Hard stop.
Yep.
Hard stop. I am a big fan of the hard stop. And if you get that out front, it's not a reaction to what they're saying.
Right.
It is only about you. It's not about the person you're talking to either. And then just really thinking about that thing that we say over and over: do for one what you can't do for everybody.
That's good.
And but at a certain point, it is very important for you to acknowledge that you can't save people.
yes.
And knowing resources to refer people to when you are at the point where things are too much for your relationship. Can you give any advice on where that line might be? Pastor Tyler Brown.
There's a great book called Boundaries. I can't remember the author right now.
Henry Cloud.
Henry Cloud. Yep. But that is a great book. It's something that we're not taught very well of how to do, and kind of what you alluded to, Adrienne, that it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Because I think what people will feel is if I make a line or if I say, hey, don't call me after this time unless it's a really an emergency kind of deal, that we feel that that's a wrong thing to do, but it's not. Especially in ministry, we have got to have really good boundaries or it will take over your life.
24 hours.
24 hours a day kind of thing. So I guess kind of what I've learned, similar to what you have, is, and I have to push myself too, because I'm an introvert and I will close off everything real fast to everybody. But just small things, like even for our family right now, it's like, hey, after about 8 o'clock, no calls coming in unless it is house on fire, like something like that kind of deal. Whatever works in your schedule, what you can handle, you know your capacities, but to be able to make clear lines, clear boundaries. And I guess the biggest thing, like that'll differ between the person, but just to know that it is okay to do that,
Yeah.
I think is the biggest thing.
I think another way that this can be done, like loving others sacrificially, is doing it in a group. So like if you join a B group, or you're on an impact team, that is such a great way to be loving others sacrificially, because you're doing it in community with other people. And so that burden of like, oh, this person only has me to depend on, or they're only coming to me, it's just not there. Like, you know that
so good.
this is a shared thing, that we're doing this together. And so, yeah, if I'm having a crazy week, or if, and like personally, and I can't lift like what Joey's got going on also, then it's like, oh, well, that's fine. Like Heather's got this going on, Joey's got this going on, but Tyler can step in now and he can help out with that. And also Adrienne's going to bring this thing over, like everyone kind of shares the load. And so I think that's just really why we encourage people so often to be a part of those things. It's not what we want from you. We say that all the time. It is truly what we want for you. So if you're not in a group, we've got a lot of groups getting ready to kick off in January. We're going to be doing the same study together, going through a really awesome book called Steps, along with our message series. So those groups are live on our website and our app right now, and you can go to believerschurch.org to get all of those details. But that's just a wonderful way to love sacrificially.
Yeah. I just want to say I appreciate y'all's responses and appreciate that question, because it's the why or it's the you enjoy, right? I guess I had thought about it like just make sure you're prioritizing right, not putting yourself above Jesus, and make sure you're prioritizing others to create the space that you were talking about, like the curriculum that you made time for in that. But yeah, to highlight here at the end the importance of self-care as well. That was good. Thanks for the responses there.
Yeah. All right. Well, finally, how does generosity, like participating in the gift, become overflow rather than pressure?
Wow. Overflow rather than pressure. I think, so for our generosity campaign, to help it not feel like pressure, honestly, I keep saying this, you can go to Jesus and honestly just ask, like, Lord, what do I have to give? And truly, from the bottom of my heart, anything makes a difference. I mean, whatever it is. And you adding in whatever you had, like whatever you can give. It reminds me of the widow, like the widow that put in the 2 cents.
Yeah.
Like Jesus said, she has given everything she has, and it's going to overflow because He is the one that causes the growth. So whatever you have to give, He is going to multiply it above what you could ever ask or think. So that's what we would say about generosity. We always say, just get started.
Yeah.
Give it a shot.
Yeah.
If you have never given to the gift before, if you do it, God is going to do above and beyond what you can ever ask or think.
Yeah.
And you're going to see some fruit and see people blessed.
Yeah.
And it is
Guaranteed.
incredible.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. 100%.
Yeah, and the exciting thing about the gift, I think, too, is like going back to what we were talking about at the beginning, it's that like you can participate in this gift that's actually going to like be a gift that blesses people.
Yes.
So our focus is becoming on what we're talking about throughout this series, like others. And it's just it's going to be something that you're going to be so excited to be able to be a part of when you see all of the celebrating that we have, that we get to do throughout all the projects that we're doing. So we encourage you to do it.
Yes.
All right. Well, we are excited about this coming Sunday as we continue the Christmas playlist. Be sure to share this episode on your socials and invite some friends to join you this week on campus at 9 and 10:45. Or if you can't make it on campus, we will be on our YouTube channel right around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Until then, go and be loved. See you next time, friends.